Undoubtedly, there is a surge in the rate of insecurity in this country, and we appeal to the government of the day to be very proactive. Let's listen to this clip, and of course, drop your comments in the comment section.
As tragedy struck on Wednesday afternoon at Ndang village in Fan district of Barkin-Ladi local government area of Plateau State, when gunmen attacked villagers conducting a burial of 7 victims of the previous night's attack on the community. Amongst those being buried was an entire family of 5. It was gathered that the gunmen who were watching the burial ceremony from the hills surrounding the community descended and attacked them as they were completing the digging of the grave. The mourners had just dug a few meters before the terrorists struck, and it is reported that they had to hurriedly dump the bodies into the shallow grave and run for their lives. The video of members of the community scampering for safety has gone viral, and another video of executive director of the NGO equipping the persecuted Judge Saul has also escalated the incident. In his video, he concluded by directing all those concerned about the victims to a website where donations to assist them can be made.
Last night, just outside Barkin-Ladi in the Fan district, Fann, a family was murdered outside of their home. A Christian family was murdered outside of their home. And today, the villagers and the people from the area set out to bury the family. And while they were in the middle of burying the family, Fulani came out of the bushes and from the hills en masse and started killing people and attacking people at the funeral. One of our reporters almost lost his life today, and he had to run and flee for his life on foot. And thank God he survived. If you'd like to help out the victims, help out the wounded, we need all the help we can get right now to answer this crisis. I've already deployed resources, but the killing is continuing. It's going to take a lot more. So please be in prayer for our persecuted brothers and sisters.
Now, whilst outrage over this incident trends, the Plateau State Police Command has released a statement debunking the attack. The release reads in part that it has come to the notice of the Plateau State Police Command that a misleading publication by a section of the media alleges that gunmen opened fire on innocent civilians during a mass burial in the state, resulting in the death of many people. The command wishes to categorically debunk this report in its entirety. At no time did the Plateau State Police Command record such an incident. The claims are grossly exaggerated, inaccurate, and do not reflect the true situation on the ground. So let's take some reactions from this incident and these competing narratives that have emerged. The first post on X says, "Why causing panic at a burial? The cameraman initiated the news and acted the script to send to funders. Which one is heads down, heads down? At the end, nobody attacked them, but the news has already been sold to NGOs." That's from Zagazola Makama, which is a platform that disseminates security-related information. Let's go to another post on X, which says, "This is pure evil. Attacking mourners at a burial ground. Plateau is under siege and our leaders are asleep. Enough is enough. When will Nigeria protect its own?" Now, I think what is causing a lot of uncertainty around this is that we've had incidents in the past where there were attacks and they were debunked or denied by the officials, and then later there was backtracking to that. So I've reached out to one of our correspondents in Plateau State, and he says that this did occur, that it happened. He has been in touch with people in the area, and he confirms that this incident did happen. Dr. PLATEAU.
Why there is a lot of disinformation, misinformation, one of the major problems we have with some of the latest developments with regard to, insecurity in the country. The thing, however, is that, yes, people can capitalize on the situation, but where there is a firm confirmation that the incident, of course, happened, then it's now up to the police. Maybe there was no report, because not everything that gets reported is now for the police to investigate. But the bigger issue is the same issue we always bring up here, that nobody should live anywhere in this country and be afraid that he or she will be attacked. Either women or children or other people, in the course of their daily business, whether at night or during daytime. So in this particular Plateau State, we have always received reports about, insecurity in the Birom community, in the Riyom community, around the Bakenladi, where you have large concentrations of people. And one after the other, the government has not been able to make any difference. Even the governor of the state joined the ruling party, All Progressives Congress. His harshest critics say, okay, you went and joined the APC so that your state can benefit more from the center. What have you brought your people? And since you joined, there is even a greater recurrence of attacks on the people. So it's not enough for the police to just dismiss this. I think the police should follow up and efforts should be made to just address this situation on the Benue Plateau. It's almost a daily occurrence. Even when the story is not true, people will be tempted to believe it. But here you have video evidence. The police have not seen the video evidence. They've not received any report at police station. Could that be that the people are even tired of reporting to the police? Because even when they report, either to the police or to the military, what report do they get? And this has been going on for far too long.
Absolutely. Fine.
Vimba, I want us to all go mad this morning. They were staging a movie. That's what was happening. You see? So the police, they were staging a movie, can't you see? See how they are running around, staging a movie.
That's what some comments online are saying.
It's a scene from a movie. Remember, so able-bodied people will just start to run and pivot. You see, I remember I was telling you, you have a lot of American missionaries that have people embedded there. And you heard what that man said. He said our people on ground have told us this has happened. The police that I can bet, please, I might be wrong on this, did not go to that community. What did the police do? Issued a statement that nothing of such happened. You see the Nigeria police that want to fight insecurity. But am I surprised, Vimbai? Vimbai, not this IG, a former IG in this country, something happened in Jos, around the Riyom area or something. You know what he did? He only visited the state capital. He couldn't even visit where the thing happened itself. So you think the police care so much about you? And that's why I say, let me continue in the gallow humor with them. So these people were just running. They were not attacked. They were shooting a scene from a movie to show you how senseless it is. A police that doesn't even investigate. So are you telling me, Vimbai, that police does not even have people, plain court police officers embedded in that society that can report what transpired? And that's how they've been deflecting. For what it's worth, did the president even care to even visit the people in charge themselves? Didn't he stop at Barikaladi, the airport? Didn't his flights back and the fact that they were closing the airport was more important to the president than people that had just been killed? Even the woman that had to clutch onto the lifeless body of a child, her only child, the president didn't even see it fit to go visit her in her own home. The optics would have been better if he had entered the home and empathized with them, but he had to tell her to come and meet him in the airport. So you see, the way we react to things shows the value we place on lives. And that's why people had the audacity to come and say such things. And that's why, you see, when you see a state that is failing, you already know them by. And that's why these days, what I will do is I will engage them in sarcasm and gallow humor. So, like they said, nothing happened. It was a shoot from a movie.
I think it's incredibly sad that we're becoming desensitized.
But that's what it is. So that's why let's engage them in the gallow humor. Maybe it's going to make... And thanks to our journalists that confirmed that story right on point. Yeah. Because I'm also sad that somebody that we all thought used to be a good source also see what was reported. So you wonder what is really going on.
Okay, that's the security website.
That we used to think was a good source. So you see what is transpiring. So like they said, we engage them in the gallow humor. It was a scene from a movie. It's Nollywood. It never happened.
We should hope we get...
You can see the madness that goes on.
We hope that the police are able to get to the bottom of this.
And if the police gets to the bottom, will the police have the dignity to come and say, oh, afterwards, we investigated, it was true, this transpired.
And these were the arrests that were made, and these are the actions that are being taken. We'll stay on it and find out, because that type of double tragedy is something that shouldn't be allowed to happen anywhere in this country and anywhere on earth, to be very fair. So we do hope that we can get more details on this and the necessary actions can be taken. So